morning, YouTube. Well, as you can see, I got the floor all done, all screwed down in, and now it's time to start working on the ceiling. Each of these, between these ribs, this section is 26.5 inches. I've got a few of those. I've got 4 that are 33.5 inches in between. If you do the math, you can see that it's just not going to fit any kind of 4x8 sheet that's going to be able to be anchored down all over the place. I'll end up with ends hanging. Excuse me. I'll end up with ends hanging here and there. So what I'm going to do is put in some wooden strips to nail like these here. Show you how I do that in a minute. This is where the old vent was. I'm going to put in one in the middle, one 2 foot out, and then because of the curve, I'm just going another 10 inches or so, and then one down at the end. And in a sec, I'll show you. I've got a piece of scrap underlayment that I'm going to use for the ceiling to give you an idea of how that works. All right. Here's a piece of the underlayment that I'm going to use, or something similar. I like to get something with a little bit lighter color. I'm not sure. I like the mahogany on this side, and I'm not sure I like the green on this side, but I'll shop around. I only need about 7 panels. It's less than a 1/4 inch thick, and by me getting it up in here, probably going to get a little help, but I've got a mark here in the center. I can screw this up here and here and have it straight across like that, and it'll give me a nice looking ceiling. I got some other trim I want to do on it, and I'll save that for another episode a little bit farther down the line, like trim is near the end. Something to look forward to. So that's what I'm doing today. As with anything else in this project, you've heard me say it before, it's going to take a little bit of time. What I'm putting them in with is these screws I bought to put down the floor and to do this. The ones for the floor weren't long. These weren't long enough. They're 2-inch self-drilling screws. They got a drill bit basically on the end, and I'm going to put them into a pocket hole on these 2x2s I cut, and we'll screw those right in. They are self-drilling, but nothing I have. If I try to drill it through, it tends to rip out through the wood. So what I've done is I've drilled, and you'll see me doing that in the video. I've drilled these little pilot holes so that these screws can get a spot to start in, and we'll just drive right in. So on to doing the pocket, make the pocket holes. This is a little pocket hole jig. Bought it from Craig. They have special screws to use with it, but because of my application, they're basically made for wood, and this is obviously in the metal. So what it does is it uses this special bit, drills down through, and cuts a pocket hole. I'll show you what those look like, and a little pilot for the screw to start. So let's I'll give you an idea how that works. It does have a pad to clamp it, but for what I'm doing, it's okay for me just to hang on to it. Put the bit into the hole. And it cuts this little pocket. So the screw's going to go down in there. I could drive it into the metal, and it ends up looking like this. So screws out of the way. Still leaves me a nice flat spot to screw the ceiling to. And let me get the rest of these drilled. Handy little jig to have. They make machines that do this. This is not that expensive. I picked it up at Lowe's a couple years ago. You can adjust these little feet. I've got it adjusted to be an inch in from the end. It works for what I'm doing. You can go up to 1.5 inches or down to practically nothing. You'll see me using this a lot once I start building cabinetry and whatnot. It's a great little tool to have. Okay, so now I just got to get all these screws started, and it's easy enough just to shove them in that little pilot hole, and we'll get them up on the ceiling. Okay, so I got the holes pre-drilled. I got the pocket drills here. Got the screw started. I like to start the first one with a little bit of it sticking out. Makes it a little easy to line up on the hole. I've made marks where the holes are so that I can find them a little easier on the other side. So I get that started in there. And over here, we gotta find the hole. Sometimes you gotta use the fine adjustment tool. Go. Do another one here. There you go. So, just like that, where I'm going to put in a vent, this is where the old escape hatch vent was. I'm going to put in a fantastic fan here. Then I need to leave a space so there'll be an extra one. There'll be one over here, one over here. So I got the space for the fan. So, hey. So, about 10 more sections to go. As I go along, gets that sort of that a little bit quicker. You'll see that there's a space here, a little bit of a space in between these and the ceiling, or the roof. And I've been looking into spray foam. So I can spray foam in these cavities. It'll fill right up in here. I believe in the end, that's just going to make it a lot quieter and a lot stay cooler in the summer, warmer in the winter. So, as I said, it's going to take a little while. So, it's December the 11th outside of Buffalo, New York, 2015, and we still don't have any snow. I am not complaining. So, thanks for watching. Click the subscribe button if you like. hit the like button, and I've still got a mess of stickers if you're interested. They make good rust bandages. So, next time you see me, I'll have all these up, and hopefully, if I can save up enough money, I'll be doing some spray foam. See you later, YouTube.